Covert aggressive personalities been manipulating people since way back. It's the same old tactics they've used since a child. People who have been manipulating others in their adult life picked up early on as a child ways of trying to get over on other people. And they may have tried to run this on certain adults, but certain adults are aware of it. So they're like, oh no, you can't try to play those games with me. Adults that are aware don't let their children do that because they know that their child is deflecting. They know their child is on some BS. They know their child is not doing either what it's supposed to, all that it can, or holding up its end of the bargain as far as responsibilities or other things. When it's all meant well. All right. When it's all meant well and you weren't ushered into being in that position in the first place mentally first. But covert aggressive personalities, y'all. All right. They've been manipulating people since a child. Maybe they've been trying to run game on certain people, and I guess through trying to run game and trying, they figure out ways to finally get their manipulation off. But it only works to their own detriment. You're gonna do less things. You're gonna do less work. You're gonna not do your best. You're gonna not try. You're gonna not allow people to push you when you should go further. It's certain things that they don't feel like doing, or maybe they will get ahead because this type of attitude works well in the business world where it's cutthroat and you need this type of behavior. I suggest if you're a good person, don't get into that kind of business. And if you do it for the right reasons, not to become more corrupt and to try to outsnake everybody else. That's not going to do you any good. Covert aggressive personalities have been manipulating for a while. And that's just the half of it. All right. Trying to get what they want any way possible. Who could be mad at that? But the thing is, they're going about it the wrong way. You should be trying to get what you want by any means necessary. But not at the detriment of other people. It should be at the helping hand, working together with other people. That's what it should be. It should be working together at the hand with other people. That's what it should be. That's what it should be. But with some people, that's not what it is because they rather scam, con people, get it any way they can. And there's nothing wrong with getting it any way you can. But you personally have to, if you want to avoid these kinds of people and avoid what they do happening to you, which I know you do, wolf in sheep's clothing, how covert aggressive, coward aggressive personalities are trying to manipulate and trying to play you. Don't fall for it. They've been doing this since a child. You have to realize that certain situations you are being manipulated where you may feel like a bad person. Standing up for yourself doesn't constitute you being a bad person. Doing what's right doesn't constitute you being a bad person. You don't have to feel bad for that. But you do have to be aware of covert aggressive personalities. All right? The manipulation is out there. Everybody's trying to get what they want. And some people are low down and dirty with theirs and are willing to go about it any kind of way. Any kind of way. That's what you want to avoid. That's what you don't want to take part in. All right. You have people who are skilled at this. And it's not just from dealing with people who are older than them, but those who are able to weasel their way around people who are older than them, they're real skilled with the craft. Real skilled. But this also comes from bullying, picking on folks, pushing people's buttons, throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks, bothering people till they get a reaction from someone, being that bothering pest, that bothering pestilence to another person, and being able to tell what bothers people and how to get underneath a person's skin. They're the ones who develop jealousy and things early on when people are trying to play. They're looking at other people, comparing themselves to other people. And everybody does that in some form or fashion, but not to the point to where it makes them want to go and tear down or go and try to destroy another's life. It may make them want to work on themselves. It may make them motivated. It may make them want to make a change. Like those watching this video, you want to make a change. You don't hate the people who are trying to harm you. You want to be aware of the ways in which that's what they're in the ways in which of what they're trying to do. All right, so they have been doing this for a while. They're skilled with this. You have to give yourself a pat on the back. All right, no matter how it turned out, you still held your own. You were up against something that you weren't aware of. So now that you're aware that these types of people are out there, you can't lie to yourself. No matter how sweet, no matter how innocent, no matter the title, no matter what someone is doing for you, no matter how things may seem, if a person is displaying this type of behavior, all of that is meant to try and control you, because they'll pull those things out and they'll throw them in your face. You have to watch out for people who do things only to throw them in your face in times of battle, when you're coming up against them, trying to get them to become a different person. What's wrong with me? I help you. I take care of certain things. I've always been there for you and did this, or I care for you. And they'll pull every rabbit out the hat they can, except the one that you're addressing. That rabbit that they ain't trying to pull out that hat. That rabbit that they're trying to look over and hide and pretend it's not there. No, you're going to pull that rabbit out. You're going to pull that rabbit out the hat. And we're gonna discuss this. You know, we're staying focused on this topic. You're not gonna veer away from it. You're not gonna change the subject. You're not gonna project things on to move. What about you? No, we're talking about you right now. If there's a problem you had with me, you should have addressed it already. Don't try to put this back on me. This is arguing 101. This is how you correctly argue with people in this particular situation. And we're going to learn about all the others too. We're going to stay on point out here as best we can. God's always going to be showing us stuff. All right. Stay on topic. We're not talking about me. We're not talking about anything else. We're not talking about what happened the other day. We're talking about what just happened now. I'm calling you out on this now. We're not waiting to talk about this. I'm not waiting to talk about this. You just did it. I'm calling it out. I'm not going to wait till tomorrow. I'm not going to wait till after break. I'm not going to wait till when so-and-so gets back. I'm not going to wait till nothing. This is it. This is it. Like Cat Williams said, he said we don't say this is it. That's not something we say. He said, this is it. Yo, the funny thing, oh man, that was hilarious, man. That was funny, man. I'm about to watch me some Cat Williams today. Get my laugh on. But it's the same old tactics they've always been using. So once you realize that, okay, they're trying to push my buttons. This person is not going to tell me the truth. This person is not honest. You now know that you cannot trust a person like this. All right, there's certain that you could tell a tree by the fruit it bears. There's certain behaviors that people display that are a red flag and that indicate to you that they're not worthy of your trust. We're not bashing people. We're not saying people are bad. We're just honestly speaking the truth and helping people prevent from entering into damaging, life damaging, self-esteem damaging, mind damaging, mentally damaging situations. If you can avoid any toxic people, I mean, by all means necessary. If you can avoid toxic people, by all means necessary. Or especially those who manipulate you and try to get you to be in their presence, but refuse to address the issue of why you're not there in the first place. All they do is talk about you not being there, but why is none of their concern. They don't see that part. They're blind to that part. You see that part, and you've addressed it. It's just that you see that part, you've addressed it. It's just that certain people aren't mature enough to accept the things that they've done wrong. They feel that you're out of place. They feel that it's not your say, even though they're doing this to you. So it is what it is. People are going to find problems with you for no reason. You're not if you're not this type of person and you are around this kind of person, they're going to find fault with you for no reason. Like, chosen ones are a specific type of person. You're a specific type of person. There's certain things that you either worked on or just problems you just never had that you don't have to deal with just because of who you were created to be. There's certain things that everybody has to deal with, but there are certain things you find out that are just ways of how people are choosing to be. This person is choosing to be like this. This isn't even that. This isn't even a way that a person is. This is just a choice. This is a way that they want to be on a carnal basic level, but on a spiritual level, that's just the way they are. Spiritually, that's who they are. Physically, that's who they're choosing to be, because that's who they are spiritually. See, you're going to choose to be who you spiritually are. Who you are in spirit is who you're going to be in the flesh. If I'm incorrect on that, please correct me. But as far as my understanding, as far as this video, who you are spiritually, that's who you're going to be physically. They're spiritually wicked and corrupt. That's who they're going to be physically. And they're trying to cover it up and act like it's not there, like you can't see it. And fighting these ways of not wanting to change, not wanting to come into realization of what they're doing and the way they're acting and how it's affecting other people. They're fighting to maintain that level of power and to be able to keep that supply of just doing people as they wish. The ball's in their court. It's their game. Everybody else is just a piece on the playing board. They're able to move everybody around with their manipulation and control. But once you realize that you're a major player and you're not to be, used as a pawn or used as somebody else's chess piece, because you start to see what's going on and you become aware. They're going to try to put you back into that mind state of them being able to control you. Now you see why they'll say it's something wrong with you, or there's an issue, or there's a problem. It's because you're thinking outside the box and you're not being controlled by the way they're thinking about you, and what they're telling you and what they're saying about you and to you. They want to keep you in this box to where they're able to control your life. Once you break out of that and you start to see that, and you start to make decisions based off of what's best for you, because you start to, like, time is something you can't get back. Your life is precious, and you don't deserve to be around those who will try and make things hard for you in any kind of way, or try to destroy you in any kind of way. It's only a matter of time before you recognize the harm that they try to do you, that they're trying to act like they're not doing. When you're not, if you're harming someone or not. And if you're not harming someone. When you're around someone, if you have intentions to harm them, that's there. People are going to be able to see that and pick up on it. It's just they're trying to hide it. You have to be able to see it and pick up on it. If you can, you will. If you can't, you may not, until it's too late. Until now, you're recognizing it. You're recognizing it as the narcissistic fatigue, and you're laying down and resting, because you're wrestling. At that point, you're wrestling against your flesh and blood. It's like you're wrestling against who you should be spiritually versus who you should be physically. It's like spiritually, something's off, but you're looking at it physically from the standpoint of who and what everything is. You have to see it from the spiritual point of view of things, because that's going to protect you physically. If it's off spiritually, if it's not right spiritually, if something don't feel good or right about it, you got to be out of sight and out of mind, and you got to be away from that. You got to be out of sight, out of mind, because this is something that they've been practicing. This is something that they've grown into. This is something that they're deep into, heavily deep into. And this is their way of life. This is why it's witchcraft. This is their way of life. This is how they choose to live. And these are the interactions that they choose to have with people. And they'll fight to keep this way of interacting with you until you don't deal with this type of person anymore. Until you cut people like this off and choose not to deal with them, the attacks are going to continue to happen. The draining is still going to happen. The negativity is always going to be there. You're always going to be feeling massive loads of guilt and misery and worry. And your intuition is telling you plainly and clearly that something is off. All right? Because this person is a covert aggressive. They're not similar to yourself. The anxiety you get around this person is letting you know that there are bad intentions in the air. There's bad energy in the air. All right, they've been doing this since way back, long time. Long time they've been doing this. And the harsh reality, the hard truth about it is they don't care. I said they don't care. If you don't like the way they treat you, you're soft, you're weak, you're sensitive, because you're not letting them break you down. Anything to keep the ball in their court. Just another form of manipulating you, to get you to feel bad about yourself, to get you to give into their desire or their idea or their way of looking at things or their way of wanting you to do things. That's like major pressure that a person is putting on a unsuspecting conscientious person. someone that wants to the best for other people, and that's going into the world thinking that that's the way it is. You know what? I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to do right for other people and right, right by this and all the things right. Right. Nah, none of that. None of that. That's how you do that though. Um, it's detrimental, when a person doesn't recognize that they're around this type of a cult type of system within groups and people and places. There are all types of little organizations and cliques set up that unsuspecting people are unaware of because they're not going through life like that. But there are some people that are, and once you become hip to it and you become aware, pretty much is on you to figure out moves, strategies, ways to arm yourself on how to deal with individuals like this. All right, no, nobody is, especially if you have nobody allowing you to, you have nobody teaching you how to do things, or putting you on game for things, you know. And if somebody is not going to put you on game for something, how and when you figure it out is up to you. If somebody didn't give you the proper instructions to how to play the game, don't let them put a time limit on when you win, or when you level up, or when you get to the next stage. That's crazy pressure right there. That causes a person to undergo a deep level of stress. That's gonna fry that person. You're not going to tell them what to do, but put pressure. You're not going to assist them or give them game on things, but tell this person to do all these things. That's a lot. But neither here nor there. That shit is not an excuse, but you just have to figure out how to be able to do it. And once you do, then you just go from there. You have to, anybody early on dealing with people who are hypercritical, criticizing everything you do is it has to match up to like a certain standard, or it may not be good enough. What you're doing is perfectly fine, and you have to release a lot of guilt. That's why I do those videos on my Druuill Nation page. You got to release a lot of stuff. Covert aggressive personalities come in all shapes, forms, and sizes. The ones closest to you, the ones you least suspect, could be anyone, anywhere, anytime, any place. Not to put fear into you, but just so you won't be so foolishly naive or trusting of anyone. And it's not to think that anyone is out to get you. It's just to be aware of when certain things happen, and when they take place, it is what it is. If somebody hits you upside the head, that's somebody fighting with you. If somebody does certain tactics or implements a certain type of strategy on you, they're fighting with you. If you're trying to correct something between you and another person, and it's not working out, and you can't figure out why you're the only one stressed or seem worried about it, while the other person seems on easy street, and it's something that you're trying to fix and you're the only one trying to fix it, now you understand why. There's people that are turning a blind eye to the ways of how they do you and how it's doing to you, how it's doing you, the way they do you and how it's doing you. They could turn a blind eye to that, but you shouldn't, because if something feels off, you have to know, and people won't know until they're exposed to certain information and videos like this, or they come across something like it. So stuff like this is valid. All right. um Share this video. This is a banger right here. Share this one. um that's pretty much it. Shout out to everybody watching this video. Smash the like button, smash the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, covert aggressive personalities. They've been doing this stuff for a while, y'all. They've been doing this for a very long time. This is nothing new that they've been doing. And unfortunately, with certain, when they get to certain people, it's like a perfected craft, a perfected skill. This is just the way they deal with people. You choose to deal with people from a position of, honesty, truth. You choose to deal with people from a positive point of view. All right, one where you're a good person or a positive person, you bring good energy. And then there are people who choose to deal with people from a snake point of view, ones that instead of wanting to wish you the best or bring you good, it's like they want to try to harm you or bring you to a lower state, especially one that's underneath them. There are people who are gluttonous, and not only are they gluttonous for food, but they're a glutton for power, a glutton for destruction, a glutton for control. There are people out there that seek to destroy others. Not everyone wants to see people win. Not everyone's on your side. Not everyone is who they appear to be. And that this isn't to make people paranoid. This isn't to make you suspicious of people. All right. When you think about people, look at them as friends. Look at them as, these are my friends. When you look at people, all right, bless everyone you see and everything you see. But also be aware of those who you have to love and bless from far away because of the cooking that's taking place on your soul when you're in their presence. There are some people who are just, when you're around, it's like they fry you, and they know that's what they're doing. It's the power that they want to have over you, and it's that pressure and stress that it puts on you. There are some people who don't mind doing that to other people. There are some people who don't mind doing that to other people, breaking you down from the cellular, molecular level, breaking down your cells. This is what causes disease, tremors, Parkinson's, asthma. In certain cases, heart palpitations. But luckily, all those things could be reversed too. Yeah, find the right information, find the right books, find the right faith and the right truth to back it up. We got something special here on this channel. All right, they've been doing this for a while, but you've been who you are forever. All right, they've been doing this for a while, but forever, but you've been who you are forever. So it's pretty much, once you figure out how to use your mind and fight against these people, which pretty much will block the way that they're going to try to strategize coming up against you, it's going to do you. It's going to do you well. It's going to help you and not harm you. It's going to serve you. All right, so you won't be out here slipping or get caught slipping. Yeah, so you'll stay on point. All right, as they say. Like a lot of people, like these this is the things, like these are the reasons why people will just look at you and laugh at you, like you don't know what they're up to, but you can feel that something is off. It's because they're spiritually wicked, and they're evil, and their jealousy drives them to have little uh little things within their groups to where they can use against you to feel better about themselves. It's something that they can hold over you, so that way they can have a way to look at themselves in a higher position than you are. Covert aggressive personalities. All right, they've been doing this. Any way they can alter a person's way of thinking about themselves. Low vibrational people do this. They do it to unsuspecting people who feel good about themselves, that they are trying to diminish, trying to tarnish that shine, trying to dim that light. But once you figure that out and you find ways to stop it, and ways to strengthen yourself, and ways to realize your strength and see it within yourself, and really see yourself as a strong person who's made to withstand these types of things, the effect is going to get weaker and weaker, and you're going to get stronger and stronger. All right. Affirm at the end of this video, I am strong. All right. And feel your strength. Feel all the negative things that people try to do and how they try to make you feel. Imagine that being replaced with strength. All right. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Yeah, this one was lit. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. We out.